Hello, and welcome back to On the Daily. In this episode, I'm going to give you the love punch that maybe you need. It's a love tap, sure. All the reasons why you have not launched your digital business. I feel like they're so 2023 of you. Everyone has said so many times, right? Like maybe this is you. Maybe you've said so many times that you're going to do this, you're going to launch a business. And then here we are, it's 2024, and you're still not moving the needle. You are the only one who can, though. And so, what I'm going to tell you in this episode is going to get you kind of over the edge and on to building that dream business that you really want. So, if building your own business is something that you have on the docket, this episode is definitely for you. So, listen in. Hey, friend. Welcome to On the Daily. I'm your host, Danielle McCleary, and I am a quantum business coach. I'm the host of this podcast. I'm a multi-six-figure entrepreneur, co-founder and president of HypeU Media, and CEO of Danielle on the Daily Coaching. What I'm really interested in is helping you live a life and have a business that is a full body yes. So through all of my education and all of my experience, I'm bringing you 2 episodes a week where I will guide you and give you the tools necessary to scale a massive, sustainable, and sexy business using your intuition, wealth energetics, and human design. What we can call it is business biohacking. So if you're down for that, then I say let's frickin' go. I'm so glad you're here. Before we get into that episode, I just want to remind you that starting March 1st, we have a live round of my signature program, From Zero to Launch. From Zero to Launch is a business launch course. So if you are launching a digital business, it is everything you're going to need to launch that business from start to launch day and beyond. We're talking sales pages. We're talking market research. We're talking pricing. We're talking automation. We're talking funnels. We're talking mindset. We're talking operations. We're talking taxes. We're talking business entities. We're literally talking about everything. And this course is absolute pure gold. A, because it gives you everything you need, but B, you will always be able to go back and get the information as many times as you need it. So it's kind of one that gets to live with you and grow with you. You have lifetime access. It is launching on March 1st, and the live launch basically means that we're also going to have live calls. So you're going to go through the self-paced course, and then you'll get live calls to ask any questions, have me review your sales pages, audit any copy that you have, and really, really kind of, it's basically like me holding hands with you as you launch your business. So if that is something you're interested in, click the link in the show notes. You can register for that course, and I'll see you March 1st. Okay, so here we go. You want to start a business. You've wanted to start a business. You've been saying for a couple of years now that you're going to start a business. Maybe not even out loud. Maybe you've just said this in your own mind, I'm going to start a business. Or you see other people with their own businesses and you're like, I could do that. And then sometime in 2023, you were like, I'm going to do it in 2024. 2024 is the year that I am launching my own business. And then here we are. It's 2024. The date is February. And you have still not launched the business, nor have you gotten any closer to launching that business. Why? Well, probably imposter syndrome. You're probably really overwhelmed with the process of what it might take to launch a business. You're probably bogged down with the thought of who would actually pay for what I have to offer. The other thing they're probably thinking about a lot is I don't even know where to start. What else? There's probably a lot of fear around, I don't even know what to charge. I'm too busy to have a business, whatever else. Right. And that's the thing. Starting your business is actually the hardest part. And this is something that like any business owner that has a successful business, we all understand that starting was probably the hardest part of doing that. Like before you start, you actually think that it's going to be impossible. And then as you move through it and as you start, you actually start to realize like, oh, maybe not. Maybe actually that was the hardest part. And then everything else is really just like evolving into, growing into, moving through, right? So the first thing you need to understand is that starting is the hardest part. And there's an actual like scientific reason for that. And it's not just like what people just know to be true. And the scientific reason for that has to do with your ego. your ego or your subconscious mind is really into making sure that you stay safe. That's its job. Its job is fight or flight. Its job is make sure that you stay safe. Wow, say that 10 times fast. So it doesn't really know where you're going. It doesn't really know like what options. It doesn't see things as good or bad. It just sees any movement as a threat to you staying safe. Therefore, it's going to try to keep you from doing that. So it's not like it's trying to hold you back. It's literally trying to keep you safe. And the only way to do that is if we just don't move, right? Like how many times have you like seen in scary movies or like, I don't know, so you're out somewhere and something scary happens and somebody will be like, just don't move, don't move, don't move. Or like if you have a spider on you or a bee and they're like, just don't move. Like as if not moving is going to make it better. I don't even know why we do that, but we do. And the ego and the subconscious mind, that's very much what they remind us to do. Just don't move. Just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. And so you have this complex about actually starting the process of launching a business that is keeping you kind of in this safe little box that prevents you from getting hurt. That's fine. We love that. We love our subconscious for keeping us safe. If I'm trying to cross the street in Times Square and there's a car coming, I would really love for my subconscious to be like, no, don't do it. But that's not really what's happening here. What's happening here is you are wanting to start a business so you can either diversify your income, so you can leave your full-time job, so that you can have something that you call your own, like whatever. There's 1,000 different reasons you could want to start a business, and they're all valid. None of them are better or worse than the other. They're just valid reasons for wanting to start a business. And honestly, I am always shocked to meet people who have one stream of income in 2024. Like we're not doing that. One thing we're not doing in 2024 is only having one stream of income. I think if we learned anything through the pandemic, it's don't have one stream of income. And so you starting a digital business is brilliant just because it means you're diversifying your income. Like whatever else reason there is, the biggest one is that by doing it, you're diversifying your income. And that is brilliant, especially given the last couple of years we've had. So this wall that you've put up in front of you of like why you can't, like I feel like a lot of people, it's this imaginary whiteboard with like a bunch of reasons why they can't start a business. And it's like, they're all not real. Like it's all imaginary. It's all things we've created in our own mind because like actually millions and millions and millions of people have gone before you and started a business. Millions and millions and millions of people have gone before you and been really scared to start a business and did it anyway. And so these ideas that like, oh my gosh, well, I can't because I'm busy. Oh, I can't because of X, Y, or Z, or oh, I can't because I'm, I'm a single mom or I'm a single dad, or I can't because like I don't have a degree. I don't have like a certification in that. Like they're all imaginary reasons, right? And it's all imaginary reasons put up by your subconscious mind to keep you in the same spot. So the thing I think a lot of people forget is that you are the actual only one who can move through these things, though. Like I could sit here and I could tell you this, and you could be like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. And then you still have to make the choice to move. You have to make the choice to put in action. And, there's been this like weird energy going around. And I understand why, because like before the pandemic, we were all like just hustle, 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 like very blind to the fact that it was very bad for our central nervous systems. It wasn't good for our mental health. And honestly, it wasn't making us the most successful. So there was this collective reset that happened during the pandemic where everybody like realized how hard they'd been working and how pointless it was because like then people lost their jobs or like, things would shut down, like whatever the reason, right? Like all of that took place. And so after that moment, everyone kind of was like shaken awake to like, oh, I could actually like rest more. I could actually like enjoy myself more. That would be nice. And now post pandemic, we're kind of still on that where we're like, no, I don't hustle anymore. I don't work hard anymore. I don't do that anymore. Like whatever I want is going to come to me because I'm leaning into my feminine energetics. And it's like, okay, sure. Yes, there is a harmony there. And somebody needs to tell you that if you're going to start a business, like, of course it's going to be work. Like who doesn't start a business if there's going to be work, but like, what's the big picture, right? Is the big picture to always work for somebody else at like way less than your worth and way less than your value? Or is it to like put in a little extra time for the next few years as you build your business, and then eventually you get to do whatever you want with your time because you've compounded your efforts over the last few years? Like, what's the trade-off? What's the most important? What's the bigger picture? I'm such a big picture person. Like, when I started my coaching business, I was like, oh, okay. In order to, like, it was scary. I actually put out an email about this I don't know, like probably a few weeks ago now, but I was like, okay, I am going to walk away from this network marketing business that I built up like really big, really fast. Like, I had like broken records and like moved to the top of the company in like record time and all these things, and like was making 5 figures a month, and I had the car and I had the house and I had the trips and I had all the things, and I had to like make the choice to walk away from it because I was following my intuition of like, I know, like, I can just feel that my light is meant to be shared in a different way. And so when I started this coaching business, I was like, okay, well, I just worked really hard. And one of the reasons why I'm walking away from this other business is because I don't want to work like that anymore. And I also understand that I'm starting a brand new business, which means that I am going to have to put in work. So just get that out of your head. Like, forget that. Like, yes, you're going to work hard. You don't have to make the work. You don't have to put in hard work, right? The work you do doesn't have to be hard, but the work you do does have to be disciplined, and it does have to be committed, and it does have to be consistent. So I've said this a lot, like, there is a difference between hard work and working hard, and you will have to work hard to start a business. That's just like a given. But like, what's the big picture? The big picture is that eventually you're going to be like living your best life, doing whatever you want. And then you're going to wake up in the morning with like a $40,000 payout, and you'll have spent the day with your family. Like, that's the big picture. So like, if you have to work harder a little bit right now to get it off the ground, like, actually, who cares? But it's like, we're just over this, like, oh, next year, oh, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Like, you have everything on your side this year. I did an episode about this last month about the numerology of 2024, and 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So when you hear people refer to 2024 as an 8 year, that's what they mean. And 8, like, it signifies expansion, new opportunities, abundance, prosperity, right? So this is actually a year. And if you look at your astrology, almost every sign has the opportunity this year to really expand their wealth, expand their influence, expand their impact, expand their collaborations, expand their business opportunities. Everyone pretty much has that in different ways, but it is a year where that is very much on the table. And but this is where people think, oh, great, like, this is my year. But then they forget that they actually have to like go bring up a seat at the table. I had a conversation in the DMs like a while ago about about my intuition, authority, power mastermind that I was launching. And someone was like, I just feel like maybe I'm not ready, and I don't want to take a spot from someone who's like way more advanced in this. And I was like, first of all, no one is going to like bring up a chair to the table for you. You have to just choose to bring, like, the table is always big enough for you, but in order to like actually see what's at the table, you have to pull up a chair. Like, it doesn't work like that where you're just hoping someone's going to offer you a chair. No, like, I've already offered you a chair at this table. You have to choose to pull up the chair. So my new course, From Zero to Launch, that comes out in March, like, that's literally what we're doing. Is like, I'm literally like, hey, there's room for you at this table. I'm going to teach you how to build a business from the ground up, and you get to choose whether to pull the seat up or not. But this constant fear of starting, I promise you, it is the hardest part. And once you get through that, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that I was worried about starting. Like, people will be like, oh my gosh, like, to invest $1,000 into a course to start my business, like, that's really scary. Right. And if you really want to have a successful business, like, you have to get bigger problems. Like, my credit card bill every month would make you vomit. Like, if I only had to invest $1,000 into my business, like, I could not even imagine at this point. Like, and it's all relative, right? It's all on ratio. It's all on a scale. But if you have to think about the business that you want, right? If you want to have a big business, you have to be ready to invest. You have to be ready to cross over that line and actually just start. And if you're looking for the details and you don't want to like spend all day on Google trying to figure it out and you just want it all in one place, then my course From Zero to Launch does just that. You can click the link in the show notes and learn more and all the things. If you want to ask me questions, come into the DMs, Danielle_ on the daily. But let's get past this like failure to launch, like victim mode of like, oh, I don't know, everything's just been really hard. Like, oh, I've just invested in too many things, or oh, I'm just going to wait a little longer. Oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, let's just get past this victim state and move towards empowerment, like move towards growth, move towards exhilaration. Yeah, sure. Acceleration. Let's just move toward that and trust that like the table is there for us if we are willing to pull up a seat. Okay. Any questions about my new program or my upcoming program From Zero to Launch? Danielle _ on the daily. Slide into my DMs. You can message me. You can ask me questions, whatever. And I will see you back in the next episode. Bye.